Well, I've been blessed to start many youth groups in the past, and this one's special because we have the young adults going, which is something I've really wanted to do, but in a lot of the other communities I've been at, we haven't been able to get the momentum necessary or have enough people who are really well-formed or had the desire to do it. But what's special about Abbotsford is we've got a long history of catechism here, and Hispanic catechism, which allows us to have people who have been through the whole program, if you will. And so a lot of the young adults we have in this program, we're also in First Communion here, which really gives them that sense of community, gives them that sense of the churches where we find life, where we find love, where we find God. And so the great joy being here is building upon the foundation which has already been here for many, many years.
It pretty much started when we had to do the play for the Via Crucis for Easter. We had to practice, and it was getting pretty close. So we're like, yeah, the best day to practice is once a week. So after the play, we did it here actually. It was pretty emotional. Everybody liked it. They were proud of us because they never seen teenagers done it. They never seen teenagers done it. It's always been grown-up men with scripts. But we memorized everything. We worked hard for it. We had costumes and everything. Someone actually went on the cross. It was pretty nice. And they were proud of us. They never seen teenagers do it, and that's what we were hoping to keep doing. And after the play, we're just like, how about we were trying to figure out what works best for everybody. But they said, if we do it once a month, we're never going to come back. Or every 2 months, we're never going to come back. So the best way to keep strengthening our faith is to keep coming once a week, and church, of course, Sundays.
I think it's wonderful because, a lot of kids stop at First Communion. Or they stop at confirmation, but confirmation they didn't really talk about too much. And here it's wonderful because you're able to really fill in the gaps. And what I talk about with them is really generated by them. It's the questions they're asking, it's the things they're struggling with. And so, of course, tonight talking about dating and love and waiting for marriage, and really talking about in detail, along with what Jesus has given us, how Jesus taught us how to live, is a real blessing. And you can see just even as we were talking about it, the impact it was having on many of them and getting a lot of them to think. And I'm sure I'll have a few of them call me and stuff this week, wanting to talk more about these things. And that's the beauty of this group, because I'm available to them. This is something I really dedicate myself towards, and they know that. They know that I'm here for them. And they know that they're here for each other as well.
When you go, it's experience because you know what we lived through. I mean, we're young, but we went through a lot of stuff, a lot of hard stuff. And the kids younger than us, we want to avoid them going through that. And that's what we want in this group, to avoid going through stuff that some of us have gone through. And we share those experiences.
What I like about Father Tim coming in to talk about is that we can give him life experiences, and then she would try to work it out with us,
We need love in this world, and it's a message that has been lost. I feel like we are losing our youths to young pregnancies. We're losing our youths to drugs. We're losing our youths to drugs. We're losing our kids to suicide. I feel like our society has become so open about these things, that it's so normal for a kid to commit suicide, and it's not flashing news anymore. So I feel we're losing our youth so much, and it's scary, and a lot of it, I'm scared for my little brother. That's why I'm here, because I don't want any drugs getting to him. I don't, that's my biggest fear.
It's one thing if the priest says it. He's paid to say that. He's supposed to say that. It's another thing if one of their peers who they've known their whole life is saying it, and someone they've seen growing up, looked up to. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And, it's my prayer that this is really going to save lives.
We come here, and every day, when the priest wasn't here, each of us took turns, and someone else had to give the class. So 2 people volunteer to give the class till the Father is present. And every day we learn something from each other. I'm in the church choir, I'm a catechist, I help, I volunteer, and it's just that, even if your family don't go to church, you have family in the church. And we're part of the church, and then we all come together, and it's everything I learned, everything I know, it's from Father Tim.
just being a little bit more involved in the church like has helped my family a lot. For example, like we used to struggle as little kids, like we didn't want to come to church. Like that was the worst thing your parents could make you do, come to church. But I feel like something happened, you know, like we're growing so much into the faith that like my brothers don't even say anything about going to church. Like they get ready by themselves and like they just like go to church, show up to church. And then
we need help to spread out the word that there is a Hispanic youth group. No matter if you're Hispanic or not, you can join. It doesn't really have to be all about Hispanic. And it might help you learn a little bit more Spanish and get used to the Hispanic culture.
Well, I don't think this is something special to Hispanic, you know, and that's the thing. I think, you know, here we got something special that we are a close-knit community. There's a lot of enthusiasm. You know, there's a real open atmosphere, a lot of joking around, but also a lot of respect for one another. But I think every parish, you know, this would be a beautiful thing because so often, you know, we have Mass, we've got a number of things that we're doing, we've got our committees, but so often it's the young people who are forgotten about.